What up, ladies and gents? This is George Bean, and this is my short and quick review for a movie I have just seen in cinema in my local theater, like last night. To put it simply, I just came back last night from seeing the new Marvel film Black Panther, and I have got to say, no surprise, the movie was awesome. It was really worth the 2-year wait and hype I have had since seeing a glimpse of Black Panther in Captain America Civil War. It was great to see a movie that embraced the Afrofuturism element, unlike most other films that choose to brush it aside. I mean, there have been previous superhero films that feature a colored superhero, but never before had such a thing ever been done on this magnitude, on a $200 million plus superhero blockbuster film, until this movie. I like how it gave a plausible explanation for why the African nation Wakanda had chosen to isolate itself and its vibranium technology from the rest of the world, rather posing itself as a third world country, which is in actuality a front for a technologically advanced civilization. It's shown here that there's like a sense of post-colonial anxiety within the nation, and they believe that keeping themselves out of the entire world's problems will protect them. What is also good about this film is its Wakandan culture. It was cool to see how Wakanda thrives as a country and the culture it lives by. And as a huge science fiction fan, I really love the look of the Wakanda nation. It looks so beautiful with its futuristic technology, thanks to them having mined the vibranium mineral and harnessing its powers. I really hope to see more of Wakanda in future Marvel films. Now, to bring up first, I have been seeing the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies since the first Iron Man movie back in 2008, but I had never generally became a fan of it. But it wasn't until I had seen Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as Captain America the Winter Soldier, which was when I had started to become more intrigued with the storyline within this big universe and how fantastical it was becoming, and how these series of films just have this interconnection between each other. And having been seeing almost most of the films in theaters, I had seen Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians Volume 2, and now Black Panther. So yeah, I have become a kind of sort of fan of the MCU, despite the fact that I had never read a comic book in my life. I just mostly see the comic book movies and judge them on their own merits, without having read the comics beforehand. So if you're wondering if I am a Marvel fan or a DC fan, I am actually neither. I am a more neutral person. I will watch any comic book movie that interests me, regardless of whether it is Marvel or DC. I am a big Batman fan. I have grown to appreciate Superman thanks to the Christopher Reeve films. Have become a fan of Iron Man and Captain America after having seen their new films. And I have enjoyed the X-Men movies, for better or for worse, only having seen the movies only. So yeah, I will like anything that is presented to me. And yes, I do have most of the MCU films on DVD. I don't have all of them right now because I'm letting my pops borrow them for him to watch them at the nursing facility he is currently living in. So hopefully he's having a good time watching them, maybe even right now as I speak. I will say for the moment that I am possibly considering doing a couple reviews on a few of the MCU films, specifically the Iron Man and Captain America trilogies. I would like to review Captain America mostly, so it's likely I'll get around to reviewing these films in the future. As always, Marvel Studios seems to pick even the weirdest of choices of directors on these films, but once the films are released, they end up taking everybody by surprise. These kind of directorial choices happen with Captain America the Winter Soldier, directed by the Russo brothers, or Guardians of the Galaxy by James Gunn, or even Thor Ragnarok by Taika Waititi. This time, Black Panther was directed by Ryan Coogler, whose previous two credits were 2013's Fruitvale Station, which was based on the 2009 shooting of Oscar Grant, and 2015's Creed, which was a sequel/spin-off of the Sylvester Stallone-led Rocky series. Both of these films had also starred Michael B. Jordan, so Jordan and Coogler have become frequent collaborators. To say for the title star, Chadwick Boseman was amazing as T'Challa, aka Black Panther. He's depicted as having become a changed man since the events of Civil War. As a young king of his homeland, he feels he's not ready yet, but is willing to do what he has to do to make his homeland a better place and protect it. Boseman has enough charisma to keep you engaged in his actions throughout the film. I will say that Michael B. Jordan was also great as the main villain of the film, Eric Killmonger. Jordan was a lot better than he was in the 2015 Fantastic Four reboot. What I like about Killmonger was his plan to become king of Wakanda and distribute shipments of Wakandan weapons to operatives around the world, with the intent of helping people of African descent worldwide to revolt against their oppressors, something of which his father, who is also Wakandan and T'Challa's uncle, had initially planned in 1992, back when Eric was a young child. I find it to be an interesting villain plot, because it shows just how far Wakanda's isolationist policies have done more harm than good. And it also brings up something that I've always found interesting about villains, the idea of a mistake made long ago coming back to haunt the protagonist, something that had also been done in other films, such Marvel films such as Iron Man 3 and Captain America the Winter Soldier. Here, T'Challa's father had made a mistake long ago, and now it has come back to haunt T'Challa, and how Wakanda's isolationism has had deadly consequences upon itself. And it was also great to see Andy Serkis as Ulysses Klaue, an arms dealer who steals vibranium and sells it off to other people. Serkis was hilarious in this movie after seeing him in Avengers 2, where he gets his left arm chopped off by Ultron. I was hoping to see him in the Black Panther movie as the main villain, and he is, at least for the first hour of the film. But honestly, I wish he wasn't killed off in this film. I wish he have been saved for like a sequel or something. To mention, I am honestly glad that Black Panther's origin was shown in Captain America's Civil War, because with the origin now out of the way, it gives this new film the breathing room it needs to tell a worthy story rather than telling the whole origin story first. With this film, we are shown how Black Panther deals with having to become a king and the struggles he has to go through, and eventually to prove if he is worthy of being king. It's refreshing to see a superhero film that doesn't explore the title superhero's origins, something that had also been done in other Marvel films such as 2008's The Incredible Hulk reboot and 2017's Spider-Man Homecoming reboot. And really, if Batman is going to be rebooted yet again in the near future, is it really necessary to have to retell his origin story yet again? We already know how Bruce Wayne came to be Batman like 2 or 3 times already. We don't need to go through that yet again in another reboot. Just skip the origin and get on with the rest. And another thing that I wanted to bring up, there's this YouTube channel called Midnight's Edge, run by a group of people who discuss the studio politics that has been going on within Hollywood concerning movies. They began their channel with the 2015 Fantastic Four reboot, and since then they have been tracking movies that they look into, their most prominent examples being The Amazing Spider-Man 2, 20th Century Fox politics concerning the X-Men movies, the Warner DC politics, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and many others. But if you would like to know how Black Panther or even Spider-Man came to appear in Captain America Civil War and have their own solo movies, check out this video from them discussing the stance relationship between Marvel CEO Kevin Feige and his former boss Ike Perlmutter, whom I will describe as a racist, misogynistic prick. You can find the link to this video and the source channel in the box below the video. Seriously, go check out this Midnight's Edge channel. Their research so far have been strongly credible. They know what they're talking about. I'd recommend checking out their channel. But now, to put it simply, Black Panther was a fucking awesome movie that embraced its Afrofuturism with open arms. Seriously, go see it. And if you have already seen it, go see it again. I believe it's that good. I now cannot wait to see more of Black Panther in Avengers Infinity War this May, and I would happily see a Black Panther 2. And trust me, a Black Panther 2 will be made. You just have to look at this film's box office, which as of this video has grossed more than 700 million worldwide, so a sequel is definite. So thank you for watching, ladies and gents, and what do you think of Black Panther? Did you get to see it? And if so, did you enjoy it? Let me know what you think of it in the comments. So again, thanks for watching, and until then, I'll see you all next time. Peace!